Hello, this is Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you what I did with this stencil here. This is from a maker studio. I will put the link to the stencil and the chalk art ink in the description. And if you do purchase, I would appreciate it if you use my links to do that, as I do get a little commission. It does not cost you any extra. So what I did was I used the red, which is bless his heart. I use the green, which is grass is always greener. The orange, Lord have mercy. The black, which I cannot tell what they call it, but anyway, it's the black chalk, the black art ink. Over yonder for the yellow, and then pretty as a picture for the pink. So I used all of those to create this right here. So that is the stencil here. I use the black for these words and for this. And then once you put it on your fabric, which this is just a piece of cotton, nothing special. Once you put it on your fabric, go ahead and heat set it with your iron on the highest setting and off of steam. Just put another piece of cotton over top of this once it's dry, and then heat set it, and then you can put your colors on it. So I watered down my colors and I used them to decorate the flowers. So it's kind of like a watercolor. I thought it turned out pretty well. This was my first time doing that, so that's why I didn't put it in the video, and it did take me quite a while to do it. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started, because what we're going to do is we're going to mount this on this cutting board. Now, I got this cutting board from Ross. There were 3 in a package. This is the medium size. There's a larger one, and then there's a smaller one, and they were $7. I do not know if they still have it or not. So I'm going to Mod Podge my piece of cotton onto my cutting board. If I can get this open. Okay. I'm just using my Crayola brush for this. It's my favorite brush to do Mod Podge with. And you want to make sure you have the edges really well. You're using materials, so you want to make sure you have enough on there to keep the material attached to your board. And I'm just kind of going back and forth, going in a circular motion, you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as you get your Mod Podge on the whole board. Okay, just gonna get the extra off of my brush. I'll set that aside, and then I'm gonna put my project on my board. So I'm just gonna kind of start at the top, and I'm gonna kind of drape it down. I wanna make sure my edges are right, because my piece of cloth is basically the size of the board. And I do have a roller here to help me roll out the wrinkles. This is just a little too much to that edge, so I want to bring it in just a little bit. So I'm just going to realign it on here to my liking. bottom or the top that needs to be brought up a little bit. It's kind of hard to get it aligned just right, but just work on it until you get it the way you want it. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Go ahead and use my roller. This is just going to be a very quick video. As like I said, I already did the stenciling and the inking and the heat setting, but I just wanted to show you what you can do with it when you're finished. So you can also put this on a shirt. You can put this like on a long sleeve. This right here. Going down, that would be pretty. And I might do that. I don't know that I would put it on the green one, but you never know. Anyway, this was just my first time using this stencil, and I just wanted to try it out to see before I ruined a shirt. So that's it for the front, and now we're going to put a hanger on it. So what I'm going to do is I have my jute, and this is just some jute I got after Christmas from Hobby Lobby, probably a year or two ago. And I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on the end of it, just so that it makes it easier to get it on my bead. Now these beads came from Walmart at Christmas. They're a garland, and it was cheaper actually to get the beads on a garland like that than it was just to buy the beads by themselves. So I went ahead and got those. Now I kind of wish I got more than one. They had different colors, but you know, that's the way it is. When you get more, you don't know what to do with it all, and then if you don't get enough, then you're always doing something with it and wishing you'd bought more. But anyway, that's life. So now what you want to do is get an even number of beads, and I find that 16 beads works really well. I'm going to see how many I have here. And why doesn't this one come off? Oh, this guy. Got to put it around there. Okay, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That way you have 8 on one side and 8 on the other side, and then you hang it on the wall, actually on the jute in between the beads. So that's why you want an even number of beads. So again, I find that 16 beads is the, the amount that I use on most of my projects. If you want your hanger longer, use more. If you want it shorter, of course, use less. And you can also paint your beads if you want. I'm not going to do that. I like the look of these as it goes with the cotton material that I've put the stencil on. So I'm just going to leave them as is. And then what I do is I put 2 knots towards the end of the jute, and I put them on top of each other. That way your beads are not going to fall off of your knot. I'm just going to cut this. And again, this one I'm going to do closer to the beads. Not all the way, but about right there. And again, I'm going to put the 2 knots on there on top of each other. Okay, and And then I'm going to flip this over and we're going to glue this down. So you can just eyeball where you want it. You want to try to get it to where, you know, you're on even amount of space on either end of this. And then I have a piece of blue jean material that I use that just kind of reinforces my hanger. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put glue, hot glue, on top of my jute on the board. And then I'm going to put my blue jean material over top of it. And I want it down below the edge of the board. And then anywhere where the blue jean is not tacked down, then I want to add some glue to it. So we have one done. I want to go ahead and do the other one. Again, I'm just going to hold my jute down and put some hot glue on top of my jute and put my blue jean material on top of that. And then anywhere where it's not tacked down, I want to add some glue. And if you like this video and like what you see here, please do this either on Facebook or YouTube. I would appreciate it. And if you do decide to purchase the inks or the stencil, please use my links. And I have Liz's Craft page, and if you like and follow my page and set your notifications to be notified, then you'll know when I do new videos. And I have Liz's Craft Friends, which is a group where we can share crafts that we do, and we can ooh and ah over each other's crafts and just give each other inspiration. There's just, you know, too much turmoil and hatred in the world, and we just need to love on each other. So with that, there's only 2 questions that you have to answer, as it is a closed group. Do you like crafts, and will you follow the rules? And if you answer yes to those questions, then more than likely you will be approved. So what I would do is I would hang this on my wall, and I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it on Liz's Craft page and Liz's Craft Friends. And if you do make anything from the videos that I put out there, I would appreciate it if you would just take a picture and put it on Liz's Craft Friends. It's, you know, I like to see what other people do with the crafts that I put out there. You don't have to do them exactly the same way I do them or use the same materials. You just use whatever materials you have on hand, and then put a picture out there so we can see it. I would appreciate it, because I like to see what you all do with the ideas I come up with. And that's all I have for this video. It's short and sweet, but I'll be back with another one, of course. And in the meantime, you know what I say, keep crafting. Bye, friends.